Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Ash Hobson and this is the Ash Hobson YouTube channel. What I'm going to be talking about today is WRC 10 and hopefully giving you a first impressions of the game. Currently in Estonia, and we're going to be driving the Toyota Yaris WRC, Toyota Gazoo Racing WRC spec car using Elfyn Evans, currently second I believe in the WRC Championship. So let's give it a go and see how we get on.
50, right 5, 80.
So this demo hasn't been released too well. There was an issue with the Thrustmaster users in particular, and I was one of those that was affected by it. And that came down to having multiple USB devices. Hopefully it will be amended for the game once it's released in September of this year. But fingers crossed they will get that sorted, because I would really like to use this game with a sequential shifter and make sure the handbrake is working as well. For the purpose of this video, I'm just using a little button on my R383 Sparco wheel and my Thrustmaster TX base. So first of all, some improvements then. The sound has improved, not by much. Dirt Rally 2.0 still has the edge on it, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's a bit more bassier. It still has a bit of the vacuum cleaner vibe, as it were, compared to Dirt. But the developers have said that this sound in particular is going to be refined before September, particularly the classic cars. So I hope that the new game, when it comes out later this year, will be much improved. But even in its current state, it's passable, the sound. The rest of the sound, car sliding from the environment. If you stop, you can hear the birds tweeting, which I thought was a pretty cool little feature there. As for the actual force feedback of the game, again, slightly improved. I think WRC 9, the previous iteration, had really good force feedback, and you can adjust it to you, towards your specifications. Force feedback is very subjective, you know, to anyone. Some people don't gel with a force feedback of a game, and that's absolutely fine. WRC, the franchise, has always been one of those franchises where people are very vocal about giving it a kicking. But to me, the force feedback feels really good. I can mend and change things to my exact specifications. I've kept it pretty much standard out of the box. I haven't made much changes in this demo. All I've done is turn down the force feedback gain or volume, whatever you want to call it, because it was a bit too strong and got a bit muddy. And I've turned down the vibrations, engine vibrations and stuff like that a little bit. And that's pretty much bang on for me, to be honest. I mean, I can feel the weight transfer of the car quite well there. A bit of counter steering. I can feel the bumps in the road. I can feel when the tyre dips in to a bank or whatever it may be, or the change in, if I put my tyre to the left hand side, I can feel those bumps and a little kick there through the wheel. It feels really good to me. The physics has been refined a little bit as well. The tarmac physics in this game is absolutely definitely better than Dirt Rally. I haven't tried the Assetto Corsa rally mods, but I think of all the games you could buy of Rally Focus, this has the best tarmac physics by far. That's games you can buy. I'm not talking about RBR, or the Czech mod or the Hungarian mod or whatever. This feels on tarmac absolutely brilliant. And on gravel it feels pretty good as well. I do get a slight oscillation in the wheel, which I'm sure I can tweak out when this game comes out for real. But it just feels right. I know the aerodynamics has been improved, both from aero on the body of the car and ground effect aero. So stuff like these cars have diffusers, so that you can carry a lot more speed in the corners. The suspension has been changed ever so slightly as well, so you can really feel the car's weight pushing if it rolls a little bit if the suspension is too high. So definitely a lot of improvements there, I think, compared to WRC 9. But tarmac physics is by far the best, I would say. Things not so good about the demo. The issues with the Thrustmaster branded wheels. I've talked about that earlier. But some of the issues you may find is it's not well optimized yet, unfortunately. Hopefully it will be remedied a little bit better. But this game does not run as well as the Dirt Rally franchise. It just doesn't. Hopefully that will be remedied in the future. That's a weird camera angle there, going through the ballard. Hopefully that'll be tweaked. But you will get a couple of bugs to this game because the studio is just a lot smaller than what you find at Codemasters with the Dirt Rally franchise. If you can live with a few optimization issues, and weirdly the game works best at 60 frames with VSync, there are workarounds so you can get more, which isn't ideal, I get that. Hopefully it will be refined when the game comes out, but as a first impression, there are a couple of issues with the game, with the demo, and probably with the game when it comes out. However, the raw visceral experience you get rallying, I think is worth it.
50, left 3, keep
So who is this game for?
3 into right 4.
If you... There's several types of sim racers. You've got your esports nuts, who will treat this game like a hill climb and memorize every blade of grass. Try and get the smoothest angle and the perfect setup so they can do the esports competition. They'll have their degrees of rotation on the wheel to 200 or something. And they will enjoy this game. The sim racer that wants realism. If you want the rally experience, if you want to just have that suspension of disbelief to go, yes, I am rallying a WRC car in Catalonia, driving the Toyota Yaris WRC, you will get that. You will get that suspension of disbelief. If you're a more casual sim racer, what would you get from this game? Probably a couple of headaches regarding the optimization. But when you get into a stage and you get into the flow, it is possibly the best rally game available to you for that. Look how tight this section is down here. The stage design, WRC, has been one of its strong points, and it's much... Hit a rock there. You see my door flapping away. But the stage design is one of the best aspects of this game, hands down. And you get 123 stages, I think. Yes, some of them are reverse of versus one another. So there's not truly 120 odd. But the stage designs themselves, how tricky. You get that feel of this is a journey. I am experiencing a journey across this stage, going from point to point. Which I think is absolutely brilliant. And it's one of the best aspects of the WRC franchise as a whole. And it's great to know that they're bringing out new countries, Croatia, Estonia, Spain, with a plethora of stages available. And they're also going to refine and change some of the stages from previous countries. And the best thing about that is I think those changes are being made free let's say free of charge. You don't need to pay extra from the base game to get that new downloaded content when it comes out.
Into left 5 and right 5.
The single player campaign in WRC 9 was really good, really thorough, really in depth, kind of similar to the F1 games if you played those, where you got career management,
Short 50.
crew management. You've now have your own team function as well,
5 and right 5.
so you can come up with Hobson Racing or whatever it may be,
Into right 5, short 150.
so you can manage and run your own team.
Narrows, hard brake, into square left, small cut, 30. Chicane, right, 50.
So if you're one of the casual players and you just want to play solo, you're not bothered about the esports side, there's plenty there. You can make it as difficult with the realism damage model and random punctures and the AI difficulty you want,
Into right 5, short.
and you can forgo the
Into right 5, medium.
crew management if you so wish, so you can just concentrate on the sheer joy
Into right 3, long.
of rallying.
Into left 4, short and left 5.
For me it's a no-brainer, but then I am a rally fan.
Into left 6 and finish.
If you're worried about the optimization issues, give it a few months. You see the damage there. Give it a few months, wait for the price to go down on Steam or whatever. But I think for the majority of sim racers and gamers, they're going to be pretty happy with this game once it comes out in September. I'm really excited about the WRC 10. I hope you all are excited as well. And if not, maybe just give it a chance. If you're a dirt rally fan, if you're another sim racing fan, if you've got time and you're happy that there's going to be a couple of issues with the demo, download it quickly and give it a whirl for the next few days and see if that stokes some interest for you. It is quite similar to WRC 9, so if you don't want to commit to buying a brand new game, WRC 9 will soon be available on Steam, I think for a reduced price as well, so maybe you can try that one out. I'm really excited for this game. I really enjoyed the demo and hope to see more demos of all sim racing games in the future, rather than the traditional beta sort of route. But yeah, it's really exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed this little spiel, this little ramble as it were, on WRC 10. I can't wait for this game to come out. If you like this video, please hit the like button, please hit subscribe. If you have any points of view on the WRC franchise or rally games or sim racing in general, please put that in the comments below, and I hopefully see you all in future videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next time.